Jamal Warner has died at the age of 54. Warner accidentally drowned while swimming in the ocean Sunday afternoon. 54 years old. Warner is best known for his role, of course, as Theo Huxtable, Cliff's son on The Cosby Show. Dave Chappelle gets up to do a comedy routine in Boston, though he's denying he was in Boston, but it was well advertised, and there are many people who walked out of his performance. So I don't know what he's doing saying he wasn't there. In a perfunctory manner, he says I don't agree with what Hamas did on October 7th. And even when though we were at odds, what we both understood as we get to a 100 episodes, we're going to have a sweet-ass syndication deal. How does it feel, this sudden stardom? It's great. I mean, it was nothing I was expecting. You know, you think for a long time about how you won a series and you never really expect it to be a big success, but no one knew it would be this big. We talked about Blue Streak. I love that dude. He played a role in your life, I believe. How do you feel about him as a person, as an artist? Mar Lawrence is a guy that showed everybody you can make it from DC to Hollywood. And I had a personal stake in his success. Every time he did something, it made me feel inspired and really good. What if Malcolm Jamal Warner didn't just drown, but was taken out for saying no to the industry's darkest deals? What if Dave Chappelle, Katt Williams, and even Chlöe Bailey have all been dropping hints this whole time and we just weren't paying attention? This isn't about one celebrity. It might be about a system built to silence the ones who refuse to play by the rules. Stick around because we're diving deep into the eerie connections, shady patterns, and the receipts that might just blow this whole thing wide open. Stay tuned. You're not ready for this. Dave Chappelle was decapitated in front of us. They called him Pilot Boy because he had 19 pilots in Hollywood and everybody passed on him and said his show wasn't worth it. Then when he made $500 million, they said even though his contract said he should get half of it, they said he made too much for the contract to be valid, so we'll offer you 10%. And then the New York Post went to the jail and interviewed my attacker like he was some kind of hero. And I read that interview. Turns out the entire attack was my fault. Yes, I triggered him. I didn't mean to. I had done jokes about the homeless. It turns out this young man was homeless. And I mean, there's no way I could have known this. But I will say for homeless guys, this is where The Cosby Show star Malcolm Jamal Warner's life suddenly and shockingly ended over the weekend. You can see right now there's a red flag blowing in the wind here. That is a warning that people should not be swimming in these waters. And you can see some choppy waves out here. Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa? Why does Mariah Carey make a $00 million deal and take clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy. It's dismissive. I don't understand this person. So they're crazy. That's ___. These People are not crazy. They're strong. People. Maybe the environment is a little sick. But certain dots like when I see that. They put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career. I'll be connecting like why all these brothers got to wear a dress. That's happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin. Yeah. The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer 'cause there's a dress in here. The situation around Malcolm Jamal Warner's passing is getting messy by the minute. And now it's hitting a whole new level. Why? Because Dave Chappelle, who's been laying low for a while, suddenly broke his silence to say, Malcolm didn't just drown. He was taken out after saying no to selling his soul. Yep. According to Dave, this wasn't some tragic accident. It was a take-own. And if anyone knows about dodging dark industry deals, it's Dave. Remember when he vanished to Africa without warning? He didn't even tell his family. People clowned him back then. Said he lost his mind. But now that escape move might have saved his life. I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting like, why all these brothers got to wear a dress? That's happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin. Yeah. The movie's going good. So, I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer 'cause there's a dress in here. They come in. It's the writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen. They got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So, he disguises you as. He put this dress on and What? No, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in a discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. Malcolm, on the other hand, believed that saying no was enough. But as both Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams have shown us, when you reject those shady offers, there's usually a price. Malcolm passed away a week ago while swimming in Costa Rica. Reports say a current pulled him further out into the ocean. Both he and another man were rescued by bystanders, but only one made it back. They did everything. CPR, called the Costa Rican Red Cross, but after 45 minutes, Malcolm was declared lifeless. On the scene. Spend all this time trying to avoid potential dangerous situations just so we can prolong this thing called life. And this brother was just out with his family on vacation doing something we all do when we on vacation, swimming. And something tragic like that happens. And life is not promised to anybody. Yeah. That who they said I guess when it happened somebody else was taken to the hospital. Was that a family member? Or that was just a random person? That person hasn't been confirmed as a family member. They're just being listed as a second individual. From the reports that I saw, they were injured during the incident. According to the Costa Rican I read, The second individual was to a local clinic and is in critical condition. Their current condition as of right now is unknown. TMZ even released a clip of Malcolm arriving in Costa Rica. He looked genuinely happy, like he was there to unwind and return home with great memories. But some folks online are saying it doesn't add up. They believe those same powerful people he rejected had other plans for him. Suddenly, the accidental drowning story wasn't sitting right with everyone. Rumors about foul play started picking up steam. One fan who dug into the situation said something felt off. Malcolm was 54 when he passed away. And in numerology, 5 plus 4 equals 9. According to conspiracy circles, 9 represents the number of completion. But get this, the Cosby Show, the series he's most famous for, it also adds up to 54 in gematria. Creepy, right? It goes even deeper. Malcolm passed away on July 20th, which just so happens to be the 201st day of the year. Now, hold on, because the Cosby Show ran for 8 seasons and had, wait for it, 201. That's the same number linked to Event 201, the simulation for a global pandemic that went down in October 2019. Just months before CO became reality. Coincidence? Some people don't think so. They're saying the number 201 is a warning sign, and it keeps showing up for a reason. And even when though we were at odds, what we both understood is we get to a 100 episodes, we're going to have a sweet-ass syndication. We were like, hey, however we feel about one another. We going to get this money. We going to get this 100th episode. Ultimately, they cut us at 88. Because they were tired. They were tired of me fighting with the writers about their writing. And then they were tired of Eddie's shenanigans. Which is me. Which whatever. I mean, you know. Just, you know, Eddie is a nut. And I mean that and may I imagine the brothers showing up late, the brothers show all of that. And you're like, I'm on time. Right. It was a miserable experience. And I have my version. Eddie has, you know, his version.